So hi everyone, my name is Gaurav. So as you know, I'm working with iDempiere for last 17 years. So I started with my college project and then I just continued. So we hosted last year's conference. That's how you guys know me, and that's why I'm a little bit comfortable standing here and giving the presentation. I'm today presenting how we used iDempiere in healthcare and why we used Stitch, DBT, and Snowflake. Even though those are paid platforms, those are not that expensive, but how they will benefit you. Okay, so basically we know that iDempiere is more on the transactions, and so it does everything. So iDempiere does everything which is on a transaction, which is on the business level. Okay, but it lacks on the BI level, it lacks on the analytics level. When you want to see a data, okay, when you want to see a data, not as a programmer, but as a layman, okay, so consider a CFO is sitting there and he wants to make sense of the data, okay, and he wants to see all the possible criteria to see his data. What we do, as discussed yesterday, we use supersets, right? We use supersets, we use metabase, we can use Pentaho, okay, but then it's just not about iDempiere, correct? Because not all the organization use only iDempiere. Many organizations use different applications. So for healthcare, why I chose healthcare specifically, okay, because for healthcare, in many countries, okay, you can't use EMR, okay, which is electronic medical record system, unless and until it is licensed, okay. So in United States you have your ONC, in Europe you have CE, okay, which needs to be, your EMR needs to be certified by a government entity. Unless and until, you can't use that EMR. You can, okay, but you can't, as in like it is compulsory to have your EMR to be certified. Okay, so that's why we are not using iDempiere as a front end. Okay, so we use OpenEMR. And this is an open source application. So similarly, okay, this is just a healthcare example where we use OpenEMR as a EMR, we use iDempiere as a backend billing system, okay, and we use 3CX, which is our telephone system, VoIP system. We use HubSpot as the CRM, okay. Even though the technologies which I am talking about are paid, okay, but I just want to give you a context, okay, so you can imagine your own CRM, okay. You don't have to worry about HubSpot, but I'm just giving you what we use, and you can choose your technologies and how you can use the same concept to visualize your data and get your data at the same place. So we use HubSpot, as I was saying, we use EMR, OpenEMR, which is open source. We use 3CX, which is VoIP. We use Litify, which is another CRM, but just made for lawyers. We use HubSpot, which is, everybody knows it's a CRM. And then in some of the countries, you need to have a NPS score, okay, NPS score, which is a validated score when you take a surveys, okay, when you take a surveys from a customer, that are you good, okay, where the service good, okay, what you liked, what you didn't like, was the person attentive, okay. So there is a international standard called NPS, right? So for that there are some surveys called in moment. They provide you survey automation, so we use that. Now as I am talking, you can totally see that we are using multiple systems. We are at least using 6 systems, and we have data sitting in all the systems, and we want to merge that data and make sure that, as I was giving an example, if my CFO or if my operations manager wants to make a decision, okay, what to make, like how to make our services better, we need to see all the data together. We can't, because in our example, as I was saying, iDempiere is iDempiere is our billing. It's a base which is used for billing, medical record management, billing, insurance, claims, remittance, and everything. But it's not all, okay. So to make an informed decision, we want to see how good we are doing on the telephone systems, how good we are doing on the NPS, how good we are doing on CRM, how good we are doing on the EMR part. That's why we use something called Stitch, DBT and Snowflake model. Okay, so as we know already, we already have used Talent, okay, which is a legacy platform. Everybody has used Talent, okay. So Stitch is a talent, basically Stitch is a talent product. And what Stitch does, Stitch helps you seamlessly connect any databases, and it extracts your data. Okay, to show you an example, okay, so this is just one example, okay, that we connected PostgreSQL and MySQL. We have another integration. This is just a test system. We have another integration, more integrations where we have connected 3CX using an API. Okay, and what this does, this sends all the data to Snowflake. Okay, and Snowflake is where we maintain all the data. It's faster, and also what it does, Stitch gets the data from all the sources, sends the data to Snowflake. We use so basically Stitch, the strength is it uses log based replication, it can use interval based replications, it can delete your data, and until million rows it's $100 a month, okay, which is more than enough for all the SMBs basically, and even for the bigger organization. So yeah, as I was saying, $100 a month. Then Snowflake, okay, on the Snowflake side, what we do, so the layer is Stitch sends data to Snowflake, Snowflake maintains your data lake, then it maintains your data lake, it supports fast queries basically, okay, so it can be a base to your superset, metabase, all your BI tools. It's lightning fast. It brings million rows, a query of a million rows in I guess 1.2 seconds or so, or even faster than that. Okay, and the DBT, what DBT does, DBT transforms all your data. So Stitch sends data to Snowflake, it becomes a data lake, so there are tables in the data lake, and similarly what you do with using a DBT, you take all the tables, you combine them together. Okay, so my MySQL database, which is different, my PostgreSQL, so tables going from iDempiere to Snowflake are different, tables going from MySQL OpenEMR are different, tables going from 3CX to Snowflake are different. So what we do in the DBT, we combine everything together. So to give you an example, this everybody knows, this is just a AD client, right? So this is just the AD client table from iDempiere, which we have created a model, and then one of the table from OpenEMR we have created as a model, and similarly we are combining all this table and creating a meaningful data.
You are showing something.
Oh, sorry. Oh, to. Oh, so you missed Stitch as well. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. So this is our test environment, Stitch test environment. Okay, so you can see we have created a iDempiere and OpenEMR connections. Okay, and then there are API connections, which is from 3CX and from InMoment, okay, which are in the production environment, and this data goes into, as a destination is good, it goes into the Snowflake, okay, and then I will just not show the Snowflake because it has patient data, so I don't want to show that data. But on the DBT side, as I was saying, we are reading all the tables from the Snowflake, which are created by Stitch, and we are combining them together. So this is AD_client, as we know, this is iDempiere table, and this is one of the OpenEMR table, and we are creating a flat data, okay, and this is a combination of all our possible data sources, okay, and this can be used, okay, as Michael was saying yesterday, that they have created a view. Sorry, Thomas was creating yesterday that they have created one view, one big view, right? But sometimes a materialized views can you can create materialized view, but those are from that particular system, right? You can't combine multiple data. Actually, I'll talk about that also. That you can combine multiple data, but it's difficult and it's manual. Okay, the advantage of using Stitch is it identifies my schema changes. If there are any schema changes, it identifies my schema changes. It creates that schema changes in Snowflake without me doing anything. I just need to add the table and it takes care of everything. Okay. And on the DBT side, so Stitch is a raw data preparation, Snowflake preparation of a raw data, and DBT is a final data preparation of your combined data. Okay, so that's how it looks like, and then you can see the lineage. You can see in the DBT, you can see the lineage. You can see all the relations here, how the data is flowing, but that's something which is not interesting. Okay. Yeah, 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, so to give you an example, yeah, these are just some examples how you can unify the data. So I'm just giving here the healthcare example that you can see the unified 360 patient view from iDempiere. So basically in iDempiere you see how many charges he has, how much he has outstanding, how many claims we have sent, which insurances he is part of. From OpenEMR you can see the data of as in like what are his next appointments, what are his cancelled appointments, and all that data. So you can see the unified, you can see the revenue leakage detection because you have all the information and why this matters. Okay, it breaches the basically it just combines the data. Okay, so what in summary what I want to say that it combines all your data and gives you a better picture of your organization rather than looking at one application, so what will happen if not this structure. Okay, you will download the data from iDempiere, you will download the data from other application, you will download the data from some other application, you will combine it together and then you will present it. Okay, but what this does, it just combines all your data, it summarizes the data for you, and then you can use in your BI tools, in your, actually it has a, Snowflake has a Excel. You can use that in Excel, so it just makes your data more powerful and business intelligent. Now there is an open source option to this. Okay, it's not what I just said can be achieved using open source. You can use foreign data wrappers in PostgreSQL, but what is the issue? As I was showing, in Stitch you don't have to worry about schema changes, you don't have to worry about table changes. It automatically does that for you. But when you are creating a data wrapper, you need to create a table structure on your side. Okay, from the other application, you have to keep on maintaining it. Okay, so those are the efforts. There are chances that you might miss it. There are chances. So you have to enable the events, you have to enable the alerts, you have to enable the error alerts and everything. But that's something which you don't have to do in case of Stitch, DBT and Snowflake. Okay, so that's my presentation. Okay, this is something which I want to add here. So it's a good UI and iDempiere is saying no. Okay, and then we have we have done some plugins which are ready for we can push that to the community. So first plugin we are using created for help desk using requests. Okay, so we have created we are definitely using a request event architecture, so a request processor, and then we have created a buckets, and on buckets it decides from which email, okay, where it should forward to which request bucket it forwards. So it's very simple plugin, but I think it will be very helpful. We have ramp integration plugin, okay, that will be also ready for the community. And we have X12, we have implemented X12 supports, which is an international standard for medical records. And then Logilite has recently added the SSO. Okay, we can configure the multiple user identity for single user. Those, yeah, that's my presentation. Any questions are welcome.
Gaurav, for any user queries against the data that you have aggregated, which platform would you use? Would you use Snowflake for that, or would you use another type of warehouse?
You can use Snowflake. Okay, you can query.
Okay.
You can query the data in the Snowflake. So that's something which you can do.
Okay.
And then you can do the queries on data lake as well as on data warehouse. Okay, so on the raw data as well as the models we created using the DBT.
Right.
So both are available.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.